Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. This is my first show for the year. I am Mr. Frisco, and today on my show, Frisco Housing Market Insight. My guest today is Patric Bauer with Lone Star Cable. And what's new going on in Frisco business and a social life?
Meet Mr. Frisco, a realtor selling residential real estate in Frisco and far north Dallas. As a former professional athlete, track and field, and strength and conditioning coach, Mr. Frisco immigrated to the USA 20 years ago with $50 in his pocket, a suitcase, and zero English to pursue the American dream and build a successful real estate business. Hardworking, persistent, customer service, and detail-oriented, Mr. Frisco strives to secure a smooth closing on his client's biggest investment, their home. He puts his experience and knowledge to serve his clients the best way possible. Building his business by referral allows him to maintain relationships with his clients and serve them even after the transaction is closed. This is Frisco Realty News with Mr. Frisco.
Let's see what's happening on Frisco real estate market the last year. The median Frisco existing home price for the last year increased 7.9% compared with 2021, reaching $675,000, and the median price for the December increased 12.5% compared with November. The inventory on the market is 260.6% higher than compared with the 2021, with 256 houses for sale on the market. But what's interesting, it has been going down again since July and dropped 11% in December compared with November. So the inventory in Frisco is still very low. The median existing homes sales for 2022 is down 33.2% compared with 2021, reaching 123 sold homes. So the home sales for December stayed the same compared with November, and in general, the market activity in Frisco compared with 2001 is much lower. So the median days on the market for the past year is up, reaching 32 days compared with 2021, when the median days on the market were 5. So 5 versus 32. So there are 27 days more for sellers now to sell their home in Frisco. The month supply of inventory on the market have been going down since July, reaching 1.5 months, which is still strong sellers market. Here it is what I want to make a note that usually with that low inventory, the prices are going up. But here we have a different story. The market, the inventory is still very low, but the prices are not going up. So what I think will happen on Frisco housing market in 2023? Well, I don't have the crystal ball, but I would expect prices to go a little bit more down with a slightly increased interest rates. And who will drive the market in 2023? Well, on the first place, that will be the millennials. According to the latest study from the National Association of Realtors, the 2022 home buyers and sellers generational trends report examines the similarities and differences between recent home buyers and sellers across generations. Millennials made up the largest share at home buyers at 43%, the largest segment of the home buyers. Buyer data breaks down millennial groups into younger millennials aged 23 to 31 years old and older millennials 32 to 41 years old. Within these groups, older millennials make up 25% of home buyers compared to 18% of younger millennials. Why is this important to know? Well, understanding and marketing to a buying segment increase your chance of successful selling your home. So just talk to Mr. Frisco and you will find out how to sell your home quicker. If you imagine millennial buyers doing everything online and foregoing a realtor altogether, think again. Although young college-educated millennials use taking the home buying process, they are also the most likely segment to enlist the help of an agent with buying and selling a home. So having a realtor on your side puts you at a clear advantage. The next group of generation is Generation X. They're the second one. Although falling behind millennials in overall purchases, Generation X made a strong showing in very attractive buying behaviors. Also, according to the report, Generation X aged 42 to 57 enjoyed the highest income, including married couple dual incomes. More income translates into apparent price immunity because Generation X bought the most expensive and second largest homes. Bucking the trend of downsizing for new empty nesters, Generation X made a strong showing of buying multi-generational homes. So the next one are the boomers and the silent generation. There is an undeniable trend among buyers from the boomer and silent generation. For diplomacy, let's say anyone over 57. Here, most home purchases were made primarily based on proximity to close family. So boomers and the silent generation also moved further and were more likely to downsize to the move. And now it's time for my guest. Let me introduce you to Patric Bauer, owner and CEO of Lone Star Cable. Hey, Patric, thank you for coming. Thank you for attending my show. How are you?
Excellent. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I appreciate you coming to my show. Appreciate you attending it. You are owner and CEO of Lone Star Cable.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, actually, you came here from Europe, correct?
Yes, a long time ago, in 1979, I believe I came to this country.
A long time ago.
Yes.
That's great. What was the first job you started here?
Oh my gosh. I think I did some side jobs here and there, but my very first job was actually Red Lobster.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And that was my first job.
I was working on construction when I first came here. But you have to start from somewhere.
That's right.
And then, as I know, because we know each other probably already 15 years or something, or a little bit less, but
yeah, at least 15 years. Yeah, time flies.
Yeah. I believe when I met you, you just left a job with IBM.
Yes, I left IBM to work for one of my customers, and I helped them out, and they ended up letting me go, and that's when I started my business full time.
Well, they missed a lot. I believe, yes. So, and you started Lone Star Cable. What was the initial idea when you started it?
Started in 1999. It was just a side business. We're installing home theater systems, on the weekends with a friend of mine. And as time went on, it just we did more and more commercial.
And what do you do in commercial? What exactly is your job there?
On the commercial side, once we switched over about a little over 13 years ago, we stopped doing residential altogether, and we do major office moves, installations of voice and data cabling, which is actually one of the things that most general contractors don't deal with. They deal with the major build-outs of the office, warehouse, any type of commercial structure. They, end up doing everything but the low voltage.
So you pull cables to the building, or you do something inside as well?
It's 90% of it is actually inside.
9%
So
is-
yeah, so it's basically all the connections that you need to run your computers, your phones, your wireless. All those devices need cabling. That cabling is low voltage, and that all goes back to your IT room, and that is what we install for the customer.
Okay, great. When you a lot of people they have no idea, with their, because we talked sometimes with you about this, but if you can share with the audience, what would you recommend for simple security on your network at home? People are just clueless about that, and a lot of times they're vulnerable to especially small businesses.
Yeah.
They're vulnerable to hackers and all these things. What would you recommend?
Well, again, on the home side, there are so many different vendors that deal with the houses. But even on the business side, I think it's good to have some type of an alarm that allows you to basically arm it, make sure it's working, even if the power fails, that it has a battery backup. Most alarm systems now are actually on a cell phone grid. That way, even if their telephone line gets cut, it'll still work. It'll still send out a report.
Okay. So you're an immigrant. I consider you for a successful immigrant. I'm an immigrant too. So what's the secret for your success?
I think anybody can be successful. You have to be willing to work and keep positive. Be honest with your clients and be diligent. That's what kept Lone Star Cable very successful. Is always being upfront with the clients, always trying to help the client make better decisions. For picking anything from materials or any type of devices that we install, and or cabling. If there's a different way to do it, we try to help minimize the install cost, for them. And when we do that, it ends up building a relationship with that client.
Yeah, the relationship is very important. Build business based on relationships.
That's
yeah,
right.
That's so you don't have much online presence. I mean, except your website. Do you do any other, online advertisement, Google, social media, or it teaches your business is based on building relationships and referrals?
Well, that's a good question. For the last 15 years, we didn't advertise at all. It was all word of mouth. And we had so much business that came in, we didn't have to advertise. After the whole pandemic, things kind of changed. A lot of our customers, they've retired or moved on or went to different jobs. And now we are advertising, but it's a minimal amount on Google, just so people can find us. The new generation, the younger people, most of them, all they know is their phones, and that's how they find us, and having good Google reports and being able to understand what we do.
Yeah. That's actually was part of my show today about the generations. And so millennials, they're very savvy. They use technology consistently to do business and find houses or to find clients or to find vendors and contractors, which is, I believe, the good presence online, especially with millennials, is a good idea. Yeah.
I definitely wasn't a fan of advertising, on Google, but it's something that had to be done just because the generation, things have changed. And now, actually, it's given us a way to show clients some of the ads and giving them information of things that we do that they didn't know that we installed.
Yeah, absolutely. I am not big fan of online advertisement until last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now I'm just getting there, trying to get more presence online on Google and stuff as well. So yeah, times are changing every day. It's, the new generation is emerging. It's makes us do changes in business. So
That's right.
yeah. Well, okay. If people would like to find you, how can they find you?
If you go on any website and you type in low voltage cabling provider, we might be one of the guys that pop up. But you can always type in lonestarcable.com and you will find us on the internet. There's two little buttons at the top right corner, one for existing customers, one for new customers. When you click on one of those buttons, you fill out your services that are needed and click send, and it's like sending us a text, but it'll send us an email, and we will call you back and set up a meeting and a walkthrough.
Great. You mentioned that you're hiring now. I think a lot of small businesses are having issues with qualified workforce with the employees. But anyway, would you like to tell the audience what kind of people you're looking for, and eventually, if somebody hear it, it may call you, to apply for a job?
Well, I think right now it's a little bit of a struggle. Because the installation part of what we do is very labor intense. It's not for everybody. It's on ladders. It can be very dirty at times, but it requires a gentle touch when you're installing this type of cable. It's easy to get nicked while installing. You have to pay attention. The testers we use, they're very sensitive, so if you don't terminate things correctly, then you're redoing that termination again and again, which ends up costing money. But we're always looking for people that have been in the industry, even in the electrical industry, but in the industry for at least 3 to 4, 5 years, somewhere around there. There are some people that had their Bixby certification, and those people have been around the block and understand what we're capable of and what needs to happen on site. Okay.
Well, listen, guys. Here you can find a job, okay? Yes. So Patric is hiring, and he's good and poor. Lone Star Cable is a good place to work. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming, for attending my show, and I will see you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Has our next tour of Hogwarts come closer to your hometown? Well, We will soon find out since Universal Studio is opening a theme park in Frisco, building on 97 acres in Frisco, just east of the Tollway and Panther Creek Parkway. Universal Studio fans can't wait to see what happens next. A corporate press release states the proposed park will be designed to be more intimate and engaging for the younger audience and will be sized for a regional audience. It will be full of family-friendly attractions, interactive and playful shows, character meet and greets, unique merchandise, and fun food and beverage venues. Although smaller in size, it will still carry the same quality as Universal's other largest resort destinations. But there is plenty of the whole family to enjoy since Universal Studios identifies certain properties like Trolls, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, and Madagascar, to name a few. So why Frisco? Then park owners know it's the size of the potential audience, how fast the city is growing, and how easy it is to get things done through official channels that contributes to their success. So when it was time to choose a location for a new theme park, Frisco was the obvious choice. A growing demographic and fast city hall and related city departments put the bullseye squarely on Frisco. The line starts here. Although the biggest news is Universal Studio coming to Frisco. Don't plan to wait in line on the weekend. There is still plenty of time to work together through approvals, permitting, and construction details once the park dams are finalized. So construction is expected to take several years, but Frisco residents won't have to wait long to experience the benefits of the new construction. Frisco proves once again that success breeds success. Universal Studio opening a theme park in Frisco as like to start a trend that deserves attention. So if you want to be a part of this, it's the perfect time to contact MisterFrisco, Viktor Taushanov, and to find the home you need. Life is better in Frisco, and you deserve to find it out why.